Hello there, and welcome to 360 View. Again, Olufemi Omotayo, your host, is here for another episode of the podcast, the show, where we look at all the sides in news around Nigeria. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not done so, and engage in the content by making comments. Thank you. If you've been listening to the news since yesterday, especially, you learned that something very interesting has happened in the political space, in the Nigerian political space. It's not every time you hear this kind of information that someone resigns. So the information is simply that the Director General of the Obi-Datti Campaign Organization, the Obi-Datti Campaign Organization refers to the presidential candidacy of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, and then the vice presidential candidate, Ahmed Dati. So, the Director General of that campaign, in the person of Dr. Doyin Okpue, he has stepped down from the position, really, that a Nigerian politician can resign. So, what led to this? He made this known in a letter, personally written letter, following the ruling of a federal high court sitting in Abuja that convicted him of violating the Money Laundering Act. So, according to the ruling, um, he has been convicted that he violated the Money Laundering Act of the Federal Republic. I'm going to give you gist about that, but he had to do a letter yesterday. I saw the letter. If you have seen it, I circulated online also. Personally addressed to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, in the letter. So let me read the letter to you, extract for the letter. He said, "Dear Peter, you will recall that I briefed you yesterday about my personal travails in seeking justice and clearing my name using the Nigerian legal system to pursue same. I have invested too much in your campaign to allow my personal travails to become a source of distraction. In the circumstances, I have decided to step aside and plead that you appoint a new campaign DG who can continue the assignment with zero distractions. God bless you and your family." This was a letter. It was very short letter, but direct and straight to the point. Um, so basically, telling Mr. Obi, I had to leave. For me, I think this is, well, apart from Kemi Adeosun, the Minister for Finance, who also resigned over the fake NYSC certificate exemption that she presented. You hardly find Nigerian politicians, whether appointed or elected, resign from from any position. They rather stay there. Case in point, what's the main grouse that Governor Nyesom Wike has with his party, with his political party, the PDP, is the fact that by their own law, by their own PDP rule, your chair IU is not supposed to be the chairman. It's not supposed to continue as chairman of the PDP because the candidate, presidential candidate, has also emerged from the north. But you know what has happened? Yocha Ayu has refused to leave that position, so he remained there. So for you to find a politician to step aside, that is really something. So, uh, how about the case against Okupe? Justice Ijoma Ojuku, uh, while presiding on Monday, found Okupe guilty of contravening Section 16(1) and 2 of the Money Laundering Act and accepting cash in excess of the threshold allowed under the act without going through a financial institution. So he accepted cash. He took cash beyond what the law stipulated. Uh, Okupe was found to receive guilty of receiving over 200 million naira in cash from a former national security advisor. You remember Colonel Sambo Dasuki, retired, who is still in custody. It was that Dasuki that they called him Father Christmas. The man was just sharing cash. He was just distributing cash. So Dasuki is still under detention, but the fact that Okupe received that amount of cash, we're not told if for whatever reason. So even if it was for legitimate reason, maybe it was a contract that he did or whatever, the fact that he received that amount in cash and not through the banking system, because if money goes through a banking system, that money can be traced, the purpose can be found, but because he took it as cash, that's the offense that he contravened. So he was sentenced to 2 years by Justice Ojuku with an option of 500,000 naira fine on each of the 26 counts. So there were 26 counts for which he was found guilty. So it was to pay 500,000 naira on each count. So if you put all that together, it amounts to 13 million. The judge, while delivering a judgment, the judge held that Okupe, who is the first defendant in the suit filed by the EFCC, violated the Money Laundering Act, and that Okupe had up to 4:30 p.m. on that same day after the judgment was given to pay the fine option of 13 million. Otherwise, he will be sent to the Kuje Correctional Center. So he had the option of paying the fine or going to prison. Um, Also, it needs to be noted that Justice Shojuku, while sentencing him, considered the pleading for leniency from the wife, that's Omolola Okupe, the wife of Dr. Okupe, and the son, Adesunkanmi Okupe, and the allocutors by his counsel. So that's the story that Okupe has resigned from this from his position as the DG of the campaign. Um, you see, the thing is this: uh, the his party, in their response, he said they respect the rule of law, so his official will obey the judge, the court judgment promptly. Also, the party spokesperson is the media officer Dino Onifade. Um, he said the judgment, the in appealing the judgment, is a personal decision of Okupe. That the his party cannot influence that. Also, the fact remains that the party is now looking for a replacement, for who is going to replace Dr. Okupe as the next DG of the Presidential Campaign Council. That's the PCC of the Obi-Datti Presidential Campaign Committee. Um, why that is on, there's a name that has already been mentioned. That's Akin Oshotokun, that among all the other people that will likely lead the new campaign. So there are a lot of implications to this, especially to the candidate, Mr. Peter Obi. Where does he go from here? Does he carry the burden of having an ex-convict? Thankfully, he has the man himself has removed himself from the fray. Um, but actually, for me, I think this portends a new look in Nigerian politics. The fact that people can resign on their own, without being coerced. That's really refreshing. Also, it needs to be noted that there's something, the implication of this is far reaching. According to an Abuja based lawyer, Monday Ubani, the chairman of the section of the Public Interest and Development Law of the NBA, Monday Ubani. He said, although the law has been in existence, it resumed implementation we send many more Nigerians to jail. So this implementation of the Money Laundering Act will send many more people to jail. So in case you don't know, you are not expected to hold cash more than 500, more than 500, 5 million naira at a time. That's the law. This is for your own consumption. Please take note. But according to Ubani, there have been people who were carry, who were carry, we have had situation where even individuals transport money to the bank in bullion vans in this country. I'm sure you saw the picture of a particular politician, I won't mention his name, who that bullion vans were just entering his house, you know, as if it's a bank, financial institution, bullion van with cash. So how do we, and that cannot be 5 million, can be 20 million. So how do we reconcile this? Hopefully the law is passed to everyone, and we'll see how that goes. But this is really refreshing, and we hope that politics will get better in Nigeria. Let me know your comments in the comment section as usual. Thank you for listening, and see you